Let's get into it. I'm very excited to introduce the next panel on the creator economy. As a creator myself making content here in Vancouver, the future of the creator economy is high on my mind, so I will definitely be taking notes backstage. What began as a side hustle is now a $250 billion global industry and counting. But with the rise of burnout, platform churn, and shifting monetization models, the top creators of today are facing a new challenge: how to build lasting careers without losing the connection that made them stars in the first place. Our next speaker, who has amassed over 15 million followers across YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, and Twitter, has been navigating this space in real time. Known to millions as Valkyrae, she spent over a decade cultivating one of the most loyal fan bases in social media. Along the way, she's expanded into podcasts, music videos, brand partnerships, and new media ventures as co-owner of the gaming organization 100 Thieves, and recently started her own media company, Hi Hi Studios, proving that creator longevity isn't just about consistency, it's about reinvention. What does it take to thrive as a creator today and build a future that outlasts the algorithm? To explore the next era of the creator economy in conversation with Natalie Jarvie, author of Like and Subscribe from The Ankler, please welcome creator, streamer, entrepreneur, girl boss, Rachell Hofstetter, better known as the one and only Valkyrae.
What an intro.
I know, it was amazing. Thank you all for being here with us. I'm sure many of you are fans of Valkyrae's. Valkyrae, Rachell, what do you like to be called?
You can just call me Ray.
Ray, it's perfect. So as we heard, you've been streaming now for 10 years. What started as a hobby, you were gaming while you were working at GameStop, has turned into an entire career. Yeah. You've got 4.1 million subscribers on YouTube, over 1 million followers on Twitch. What surprised you most about the career you've been able to build on the internet?
I mean, it's been such a long time now. So I've been playing games my entire life. And when I got a job at GameStop, I was like 19, 20. I was truly just doing it as a hobby. I had fun. I didn't know that it was even possible to do something like this as a career. And this is 10 years ago, right? And now I'm here, which is insane to say. And it's just opened up so many doors and pathways to things outside of gaming, which has been the most shocking thing to me. It's led to me doing voice acting and having cameos in films and starting a podcast and all the other crazy stuff that was mentioned in the intro. But yeah, it's always a surprise. Like, this is a surprise.
Yeah.
What am I doing here?
Do you remember the first time that you made money from streaming?
I do. It was really shocking getting my first paycheck from Twitch. That's the platform that I streamed on for 5 years before getting signed to YouTube. I started realizing, I was like, wow, I'm making more money than I am from my quote-unquote real jobs. I was not only working at GameStop, but I also worked at a car wash, and I also worked at a bank at the time. So I was shuffling between these 3 jobs. I was just trying to raise money. I was at a community college, and I was taking like 1 class a semester, so I could just work a lot. And then as I started streaming, I was like, oh, I think I can quit my job at the bank. And oh, I think I could quit my job at the car wash. And I didn't want to let go of GameStop because I was so terrified. I was like, what is going on? This is so weird. Like, how is this possible? And finally, I let go, and I was like, wow, I'm a full-time streamer, I guess. That's weird.
Imagine the surprise of walking into GameStop and seeing Valkyrae behind the counter. I imagine that, like, as you started to build a real audience, that probably had to stop at some point.
I mean, back then, I grew up in a small town called Moses Lake, Washington, and it was very, very small. So no one recognized me at the time. I don't think there was a single person that came up and was like, "Are you Valkyrae?" It was a little embarrassing in my hometown, to play video games. So I kept it pretty low key. But yeah, I don't think people started recognizing me until after I left to LA.
So tell me, 10 years is a long time in creator world. There's been a lot of changes in this business. What's changed the most for you in how you operate and how you think about the business of being a creator?
Man, it always changes. I've noticed over time, like sometimes it's about playing the right game at the right time, and there's always new games coming out and what people are interested in watching. And I think nowadays it's a lot of IRL content, so people will live stream just being out and about and like eating at a restaurant or whether like working out. Like people will stream making music, and back then I never really saw a whole lot of that. Back then it was a whole lot of just like playing video games. And so for me, over time, I was always skeptical about the longevity of streaming, and so I wanted to always just say yes to doing all these other opportunities outside of gaming. So I think what's changed for me the most is like less streaming and more doing stuff like this.
But the gaming is here to stay too, obviously.
Yes, forever. I always tell my community I will be that 80-year-old that is playing Grand Theft Auto 7 whenever that comes out, and I will be happy doing it.
How have you thought about your relationship to your audience, your fans, and how that's evolved over time as you've, found different interests? You've started playing different games. You've, started to incorporate brand deals and become an entrepreneur yourself. Has that changed the dynamic that you have with your fans?
It's kind of crazy. Doing this for 10 years, I didn't realize how much of a connection I would have with my audience because they've truly have seen me grow from the beginning to now, and it was so gradual. An example of how I've built this connection with my fans is that I was able to move home because of streaming to take care of my dad who has passed away from cancer, and I was able to take breaks from streams and take care of him. So it was very public. Like people saw me in real time struggle through that, and I was only able to do that because of streaming. And so there's people that still watch me to this day that were there back then. And so it's kind of surreal seeing how over time, like building a core audience, like people that will watch you play whatever you do, is like really important. So I could play the tic-tac-toe and people will find it entertaining maybe. So it's more so about just like personality, I feel like, and consistency.
It's so interesting to hear you say that your audience actually allowed you to take that break when you needed it, because I hear from a lot of creators how hard it is to kind of get off that like hamster wheel, feeling that you have to constantly be producing more, and especially in streaming. I mean, you're streaming for hours sometimes.
Oh yeah. No, I didn't take a break. I definitely streamed way too much all the time, and it really is a hamster wheel. Like it's nonstop. It is terrifying to take a break because the income is so volatile. You never know what's going to happen. If you're like, what if Twitch shuts down the next day, right? What are you going to do? So I just always try to have backup plans and try not to take too many breaks. But over the years now, doing this for 10 years and being in the position that I am today, I definitely care more about my mental health, taking more breaks, and focusing, putting my eggs in all baskets rather than just one.
Are there other ways that you avoid burnout?
This is embarrassing to say, but I have my off-stream games and then I have my on-stream games. So the way I like to wind down is I play games that I save specifically not for streams. And then, I have my dog, I have my friends, like balancing working out more and being healthier, trying to get more sleep, which has always felt impossible. But just having more balance.
What are your off-stream games?
I would say right now it's this mobile game called Hearthstone Battlegrounds. I'm so addicted to Battlegrounds. It's one of those games that I always play at the airport and I'm always flying. So it's just so easy, so easy to have.
I love it. Tell me about how you stay creatively fulfilled. I've heard you describe when you were playing a lot of Grand Theft Auto, you described it as like a reality show. You were playing a character in a show. Is that something that you've kind of adapted to do to keep things feeling fresh and interesting for you after hours and hours of playing these games?
I think for me, especially doing this for 10 years now, to avoid getting burnt out, I have to play what I genuinely want to play. And I do feel like to the audience, it's obvious when someone's forcing themselves to do something that they don't want to do. And so when it came to GTA, it's a role-playing game, and you play with other people on the server. And so I pretty much acted as if it was like an episode. Like every time I would stream it, I would like role play as this character, and it was really fun for a whole era. So I did that for about a year, and then the next game comes out. Like I'm sure some of you have probably heard of Among Us during COVID. That was a whole era as well, and it just kind of changes, but I always am enjoying it. And if I'm not enjoying it, I switch to something else.
I remember the Among Us era for sure.
Yep.
I'm curious, GTA has gotten some attention recently for some AI characters. Has AI, I mean, it's a big part of gaming right now. Has that changed the experience of gameplay for you at all?
Oh, I actually didn't even know it had AI characters.
Well,
Is it in the new game
in
that's
the new
coming
game?
out?
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, if it's not
I'm gonna have to look that up.
if it's not changing the experience for you, then I suppose
I'm definitely gonna
matter.
play it. I'm not sure where the AI is in it, but I'm gonna look into it.
All right, good. Something else I've noticed that has changed a lot since you first started streaming is how multi-platform you have to be now. You made an interesting switch a few years ago. You had started on Twitch, then you moved to YouTube. At the beginning of this year, your contract with YouTube expired, so you're back on Twitch now, but you're also still on YouTube. So tell me about kind of that transition, how you think about being able to capture audiences and move audiences across these different platforms. I don't know, was it scary at first to move to YouTube and wonder if people would follow you there?
Oh, absolutely. So for the first 5 years of my streaming career, I was on Twitch, and then I got an offer to stream exclusively on YouTube for 2 years. When I first moved over, for me, that was life-changing money. I wanted to do it. I take care of my family. It's something that I saw that was very stable for my future. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I hope my community comes with me. I'm really scared, but it is what it is. I got to do it. And so I did, and I think I got really lucky. And it's odd saying that because I feel like I got lucky because of COVID, but like because of COVID, I was able to build such a large audience because so many people were at home. Like no one was working, no one was at school, and Among Us was such a game that everyone just enjoyed watching, and it was easily digestible, and it was just such a crazy 8 months of my life. And then I was able to sign to YouTube again for another year, and then again for another year, and then this past January, my contract ended, and so I was like, oh, I could stream anywhere. Do I try streaming on Twitch for the first time in 5 years? And so I tried it. It was awesome, but then a lot of my YouTube audience was really upset because some people don't have access to Twitch. Like it's blocked in some countries, or it's laggier in some countries. And on YouTube, there's pros and cons to each platform. I wish I could just smush them into one, but I can't. But I realized, like, wow, maybe I should try multi-streaming so that everyone can watch me wherever they want to. And there's, I feel like there's a larger community on Twitch with like the emote culture and stuff, and on YouTube you can rewind it. There's just so many benefits to YouTube as well. So I think it's great because overall I'm hitting more like a larger audience. It's just sure my view count is not going to be as high as it would be on one platform, having everyone in one spot, but it is higher overall when you add both together. So I think that's more important with my my companies in the future, being able to like reach a larger audience. Yeah.
Let's talk about those companies. You've launched a media company, Hi Studios,
Yes.
Which we'll talk about a little bit. You're also co-owner of 100 Thieves.
Yes.
Now, with the media company, there's obviously, I think, opportunities for you to do, you're going to be working on graphic novels and film and TV projects. Hollywood and creators have had a bit of a tenuous relationship over the years, and some creators have kind of said, we're done with Hollywood. We don't really want to go there. So what is appealing to you? What's the opportunity that you see in kind of starting to venture into, making your own content, not just playing other people's?
I think I've just always been interested in cartoons and animations, and it's another form of entertainment that I've just always loved. And I realized like that's why I love playing video games so much my whole life. It's been like this escape. It's been entertaining. It's as entertaining to me as it is someone watching like sports on TV. And so with Hi Studios, I've just I don't know, I wanted to think about longevity as well, like have something that I could do forever. Because like I said, I don't know how long streaming is going to be there for, but like I also wanted to participate in the creative work as well. So I have this written down because we have a few partnerships that I can't leak yet, and I'm worried I'm going to leak one of them.
Leak away here. I wouldn't mind.
I am announcing one of them that we do have an incredible series, a second series coming out on Webtoon, without the S. It's not Webtoon. And more information will come out about that soon. But we also have a series, our first series in development with Global Comics as well.
So 2 series in the works.
In the works, but we have like 4.
Okay.
But I can't talk about the other 2 yet. So really incredible projects coming soon. And I'm very happy to be part of it.
This first one is called Apollon, correct?
Yes. Apollyon.
Apollyon. Okay, excuse me. Tell me what it's been like to be on the storytelling side. What have you learned from the process of actually getting to create these projects?
It's more so I get to work with incredible artists and writers and the companies themselves, like Global Comics. They've been so incredible to me, and I get to share my input about what I genuinely enjoy to watch, why I like to read, and what I think people would also like to enjoy. And so it's been really cool just going back and forth on what I think is cool and what they think is cool, and them knowing what does well in their space, because it is a whole different world. It is very brand new to me being in this side of business. And so it's fun. It's really entertaining. Fun for me.
Yeah. How do you manage your time right now? I mean, if you've got the commitment to streaming, which takes a lot of hours. I know I've said that a few times, but it's a lot of hours that you're streaming. I can't believe it. Sometimes I look, it's 3, 4, 5 hour long streams. So how are you managing your commitments to the businesses that you are involved in, and also your commitment to your fans?
I think I got very lucky because I have an incredible team that understands that I am very busy, and they do keep me very busy as well. But I just I put on my schedule, hey, I have to do this stream event, and then I can do maybe that the next day or something. So a lot of communication. But I think I got very lucky to be in where I'm at right now. I'm able to take time off from streaming. I'm definitely more comfortable now where I don't have to worry about financials in that way. So I can take a few days off to come here and talk to you guys. And I was just in Paris yesterday, and then tomorrow I'm going to be in Houston for DreamCon. So I'm able to do that because of streaming. But I'm also streaming at these events. So I was able to IRL stream in Paris, and I will be streaming at DreamCon. So it's kind of a balance of both.
And how do you think about the other social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram? You're on a lot of these. Does that allow you to kind of bring your audience into some of the things that you're doing when you're not on stream? And how do you feel about kind of letting people into, kind of more your personal life and the side of you that they may not see when you're gaming?
Yeah, I think I was more active on those platforms years ago when I was truly just a streamer. I would always post on my story that, hey, I'm going live. I still do that. But I think nowadays with, for example, Hi Studios, I can't leak anything anymore. I can't share as much as I want to. So I've definitely had to tone down on the personal posting. But yeah, I always try to stay active on those platforms as well, because overall I think it's important to be there for my audience in that way, and share the process of all of it. So.
You're a female gamer in a really male-dominated space, and that can come with a lot of challenges as well. You certainly face a lot more harassment and issues that a lot of your male peers don't experience. How are you protecting yourself mentally, physically from some of the less savory sides of what your job brings?
Men also get harassed as well. I think it's extremely common. I think that everyone is just always under scrutiny online. But as a woman that's been doing this for so long now, I've kind of realized over the years that if I would have stopped, when I was reading some of those comments or people being so rude to me, or even stalkers, just endless harassment, I just wouldn't be where I am today. And I always tell that to my community. It is so important to continue to do what truly makes you happy, because you only have one life. And I just don't know where I would be if I actually just stopped. I know I wouldn't be as happy, that's for sure. Probably not as successful, that's for sure. But I think now also being an example to women and kids and stuff, it drives me to keep going, because I don't know, it makes people proud. It makes my mom proud. So yeah, just got to keep going.
In our last few seconds, you've been streaming for 10 years. You say you're going to be doing it when you're 80.
Yeah.
If we do this again in 10 years, what's your prediction for where you'll be, where streaming will be?
Ooh, where streaming will be?
However you want to take
Oh
it.
gosh, I think streaming is going to become more mainstream. I think that there's going to be a lot more collaborations, even more than it already is, with brands and with streamers and television and all that. I think it's going to be more blended together. As for me, I see myself being very proud, doing Hi Studios things, and I hope you guys really enjoy the series that come out in the future.
And you don't think you'll be stopping the streaming anytime soon?
I don't. I'm just so addicted to it. I just love games. I've been playing my whole life, like I said. I feel like it's one of those things where I'm just going to always be entertained by it, and games are just getting better and better, so.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thanks.